So in this video, we are going to talk about case studies. So there is a case study that was specifically asked in a Zepto Analytics interview. The whole purpose of this video is to help you understand how do you approach a case study, how to think about that case study. So what I'm going to do in this video is take you through whole thought process and usual mistakes that can cost you your case study interview. So let's get started. So in this series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss different types of case studies that are being asked in analytics interviews. तो ये पहला केस स्टडी जो है ये जेप्टो के एनालिटिक्स इंटरव्यू में पूछा गया था. पहले केस स्टडी समझते हैं. तो केस स्टडी इज समथिंग लाइक a dark store of a competitor went down in an area which was obviously unexpected. How would you maximize your revenue and order while the competitor is down? तो ये बेसिक केस स्टडी है और एक कंस्ट्रेंट है यहाँ पे कि आपका डिलीवरी टाइम नहीं बढ़ना चाहिए. इट शुडंट हैपन कि आपका डिलीवरी टाइम बढ़ रहा है. अब इसमें एक जो डायरेक्टली नहीं लिखा हुआ वो ये है कि जब भी प्लानिंग होती है ई कॉमर्स में दैट इज़ फॉर अ फिक्स्ड नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स जो वो केटर कर सकते हैं, जो बेस्ड ऑन फोरकास्ट के ऊपर होती है. एवरी कंपनी हैज़ अ फोरकास्ट, उसके बेसिस पे ये डिसाइड होता है. बट सडनली आपके पास ऑर्डर का सर्ज आ गया क्योंकि मान लो इंस्टामार्ट या ब्लिंकिट उस एरिया में डाउन हो गया. तो इसको आप मैक्सिमाइज कैसे करोगे? तो बेसिकली ये है प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट. अब हम लोग मिस्टेक्स की बात करेंगे. पहला और जो सबसे मोस्ट कॉमन मिस्टेक है इसमें इज़ नॉट टेकिंग इनफ टाइम. ये मैंने काफ़ी सारे लोगों को देखा है कि एज सुन एज दे गेट दिस केस स्टडी दे विल डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट आंसरिंग. दे वोंट टेक अ मिनट टू लेट्स से राइट डाउन व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग, मे बी स्ट्रक्चर देम, जिससे आपका एक स्टोरी लाइन फॉर्म हो जाए. तो ऑलवेज आस्क फॉर टाइम. दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स टू डू. वंस यू हैव टाइम, काफ़ी लोग मान लो टाइम मांग भी लेते हैं तो वो लोग दूसरा मिस्टेक ये करते हैं कि वो जंप करते हैं वन टॉपिक टू अनदर, या फिर दूसरी भाषा में बोले तो स्ट्रक्चर नहीं करते हैं अपने थॉट्स को. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि मेरे को ये आंसर मिला, मैंने रैंडमली स्टार्ट कर दिया लिखना कि हाँ क्लस्टरिंग कर लेंगे, प्रमोशन कर लेंगे, हम लोग एवरेज ऑर्डर वैल्यू बढ़ा देंगे. वो जंप करते रहेंगे एक टॉपिक से दूसरे टॉपिक. इसमें कोई स्ट्रक्चर नहीं लेगा. वो लोग बोलेंगे डिलीवरी एग्जीक्यूटिव्स बढ़ा देंगे एंड सो ऑन. बट इस अप्रोच का प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना कि इंटरव्यूअर को आपका थॉट प्रोसेस नहीं पता चल रहा है. उसको लग रहा है अरे यार क्या है, यहाँ से वहाँ, वहाँ से वहाँ जा रहा है. तो it's very important that you structure your answers. We'll see how to do that in this case study. So let's get perfect. So let's understand how do you solve this case study. So to understand this, we need to understand two things. The first and the most important one is what are your KPIs for this case study. So for this case study particularly, we have two KPIs. The first one is revenue. The second one is orders. Because these are the two things that we want to maximize. Now, once you identify your KPIs, the next step would be to understand levers that you can use to actually create an impact on these two KPIs. So for example, let's think about the levers. For example, how can you actually increase revenue? The first and the easiest way would be to increase average order value, which is pretty obvious. If your number of orders remain same but average order value increases, your overall revenue increases. And the second one is obviously number of orders, which is also our KPI here. It could be interlinked, that is not a problem at all. Now the third one is pricing. If you increase your product pricing, then obviously you'll increase your revenue. These are pretty obvious stuff. All you need to do is think about it and structure it. The next one would be commission. Since you are a marketplace, or not even marketplace, you are a quick delivery app, so commission, your search fees, your rain fees and so on is a very important aspect of your revenue. Let's discuss about orders. So what are the levers that can be pulled in orders? The first and the most obvious one is number of successful deliveries done. The second one is if you increase or acquire new customers, customer acquisition. The third one is if you could improve your conversion rates. By conversion rate, it could be your cart to final order conversion, and there are a lot of conversion in product analytics. The next thing you should be actually thinking about would be bottleneck. So to increase these two revenue in the current situation where your competitors dark store went down, what are the bottlenecks in your business model that will stop you from using these levers? So bottlenecks here would be delivery executives, packers, pickers, basically human capital. So these things are planned prior to a day. So for example, there is always a planning number of delivery executives required tomorrow based on the order forecasted. Second bottleneck often, and probably one of the most important one, is store inventory. So you always have forecast for tomorrow's order, and based on that you place purchase order and actually have your inventory stored in any dark store, or even the same happens in any e-commerce, and it's a very important bottleneck, number of stock available for different products in your dark store. The next one is delivery SLA. SLA actually means service level agreement. So generally Zepto has a SLA of 10 or 12 minutes based on the region you live in India, but it's already mentioned that time should not exceed 30 minutes. So for us, that is another bottleneck that is important. The next bottleneck would be app failures, mostly payment failures. But this is not very relevant to our case study because we are talking about a very small area, but it's always important to have these live metrics being tracked, which is obviously done in almost all the matured organizations. The next one would be, so we have already talked about bottlenecks, there could be many more, but this is enough for the case study we are dealing with. The next thing would be, what are the actions that different teams will need to allocate. I'm talking about the thought process here, so listen very carefully. How we integrate all the actions to either these bottlenecks or these levers. So let's get started. Again, as I had told you, structure is very important. So in any company, there are a couple of teams who can actually have action items. So first team we are going to discuss is marketing. So what can Zepto do in marketing to impact these levers or these bottlenecks? So one of the easiest things that we can talk about is run a campaign, mostly through discounts. So for example, let's say you are in Sarjapur, Instamart and Blinkit, one of them failed, and there is a huge surge in orders. So what you will do is you will run a discount campaign in that region so that you can acquire as many new customers as possible, or even reactivate old customers in that specific area. So the discount you are giving is geo fenced and is only applicable to that area. So you can give discounts for new user signups as well. So marketing will actually affect a couple of things. First one will be customer acquisition, which will eventually then lead to increase in your average order value. These marketing campaigns can also run for average to increase average order value. For example, you can have 120 discount for a order above 499. So these things can directly be done by marketing. The next and most important team that we are going to talk about is, let's say, EPD engineering product data. There are a couple of things we can do. First one is, every organization has a DE app. So run coupons to inactive delivery riders and ask them. So for example, Sarjapur Dark Store has a total of 500 delivery executives, but for today there are only 100 active. So why not send a notification to rest of 400 delivery executives and give them an offer that, hey, if you deliver 10 orders today, you will get a commission of 100 rupees extra. This is how delivery executives payouts work. So you can use DE app notification to activate riders. Again, this is the bottleneck that we are targeting. Same can be done for packers, pickers, whatever. Thing that we can do as a product team, that would be order clustering. So order clustering. So what order clustering actually means is that you actually do multiple orders by a single delivery executive, by a single delivery run. So what will happen is, let's say if you had 100 delivery executives and they did 500, 600 orders a day, what you do is, in every time he comes to the warehouse, make him pick 2 orders and he'll deliver 2 of them in a single go. This will help you in optimizing your supply chain for this sudden surge of deliveries. So this is how order clustering works. Now the next couple of things are pretty basic. you do out of stock monitoring, you do payment failure monitoring. Apart from that, you can also do cart abandonment monitoring and etc. Next, what you can do is you can also track if SLAs are being met or not. These are basic trackings that a data team should do in these conditions. For most of the mature organizations, these things are already set up. So you will make sure that onboarding flow is smooth already. Next one would be again order cancellation, dropout, failures, and etc. Now, another very important thing that product team will scope out is something called order delegation. Now, I will help you understand this better. This is my Zepto warehouse, and this is the area it's servicing. This is a nearby Zepto dark store. This is the area it services. This is another one, and this is another one. So by order delegation, what I mean is some orders that are placed from here, you tag it to this dark store instead of the existing overloaded dark store. Customers ordering from here will be delivered through this dark store. As long as your 30-minute SLA is met, you just tag these orders or delegate these orders. There are two reasons we should do this. The first one is obviously it will increase the number of orders that we did. This part, successful delivery. It will also help you on store inventory. So let's say this dark store where there was a surge in order had very limited inventory of milk, but nearby dark store has it. So you just delegate those orders there and you can fulfill those orders. Hence your order fulfillment percentage will be on track. From product point of view, order clustering, order delegation, DEAP notification. From data point of view, tracking your fulfillment rate, out of stock rate, payment failures, cart abandonment, your service level agreement for delivery times and so on. Now, the most important one, how do you take care for an operations team? Now here, a couple of very important things is inventory management. So you remember we talked about creating an out of stock dashboard. So operations team job would be to look at that dashboard and understand what are the products that are high in demand and are going out of stock, and to replenish it either from a neighboring dark store or from some other vendor that they use. Second thing for operations would be rider activation. So we already talked about product team sending notifications on delivery executive app. So operations team can also reach out to different delivery executives and give them different incentives and try to take their help. Now the second one and most important one is delivery executives which are underutilized in the neighboring dark store will be brought in. For example, 500 delivery executives who are working in this dark store, but the order was not that high, so they are not 100% utilized. So you tag some of them to this dark store so that they could cater to all the order surge that you are having in this area. So this operations team can help with underutilized delivery executives or packers or movers, human capital in general. Wherever I say delivery executive in this whole case study can also be implemented for packers and movers. Next one is decide on surge pay. I think this both product and operations can do, but yeah, I think this is one of the most important revenue sources. So this is directly going to impact your revenue metric over here. So this was the whole case study. I know my handwriting is terrible, so I'm going to upload a neat version of this for you to download and understand. But this was all. Now what you need to do is, no matter what the case study is, so I'll just summarize it. First step, identify KPIs. Second step, think about levers that can help you increase or decrease these KPIs. Third one, and very important one, would be to identify bottlenecks and then go to solutioning. What I've seen a lot of people do is they directly jump to solutions instead of going through these 3-step process. So I think one of the most important things in analytics is having these type of thought frameworks. These thought frameworks will actually help you crack different case studies, come up with algorithms, and solve problems through data. So I guess this was it for this video. I hope this was useful. I tried my best to help you understand what should be the mindset of you as an interviewee. How do you approach this case study? I'll try to bring more and more case studies for you guys. Hope this helped. Do hit a subscribe button if you feel this was helpful.